mixed martial artist with a professional record of 2 wins and 2 losses. He stands 174 centimeters tall and weighs already 61.1 kilograms. Representing Fight House and Danny Muay Thai and fighting out of Cali, Colombia. Give it up for Juan. He stands 169 centimeters tall and weighs already 61.2 kilograms. Representing Rhino Sambo Club and fighting out of Bogota, Colombia. Give it up for Eduardo El Burro Mora. Your referee is
Eduardo Mora representing Rhino Gym Samba Club, himself a 4-time Colombian national combat sambo champion, a Pan American Games medalist in Paraguay in 2016 in combat sambo. So for me, it's going to be really interesting to see how he implements that sambo game, because sambo with mixed martial arts, could that work? Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone who was a practitioner of sambo that was a great mixed martial arts practitioner, Kerry.
Certainly not recently.
Here we go. Both men look kind of intense, but spinning back kick to open up.
Spinning stuff!
You are feeling yourself, sir. But this looks like a tight guillotine, though. He's throwing absolutely everything into it. Can Mora pop his head out? Erazo trying to readjust. What a frenetic start from a spinning back kick to a double leg flare takedown to a guillotine attempt. The 30 seconds of this fight had more in it than most fights have in 15 minutes. Beautiful work.
Crowd is loving El Burro Mora.
What can El Burro offer from top position here? He's digging those shots into the body, but great work from Juan David Erazo just to continue to work from there. You can see he's constantly trying to use those longer limbs to throw something up, working right now for the triangle. Has the wrist, but El Burro just punishes him with a massive overhand for his trouble.
Phil, I'd be remiss not to point out that every fighter on bottom tonight has had a good and solid guard. The level of jiu-jitsu in this country, the level of jiu-jitsu in Colombia is very advanced.
That's a great point. And what they've also done, they've also been incredibly active. Nobody's stalling for time. Everyone's always trying to open up their hips, to get a foot on their opponent's hips and try something. Chance of El Burro ringing out around the auditorium here, the sold-out auditorium.
No one stalls in fights in Colombia. I think it's in the Constitution.
Well, the referees wouldn't let them anyway, Carrick. Beautiful crunching forearm. Just creates a little bit of space and he just throws it so quickly. Good core strength being exhibited here from Erazo on the bottom. El Burro constantly trying to do work, just up and down, pops up, smashes the elbow, lands back down, just constantly accumulating damage and damage here. It's beautiful work from the young man. Rolls the wrist and lands another crashing elbow. Inside the closed guard. I'd like to see him roll the wrist into the middle a little bit, roll the wrist up, thus negating that overhook that Erazo has. El Burro doing the right thing by following the hips. He needs to get that hand off the mat. That's Danger City. Does well to recognize it. Foot on the hips again.
Phil, I'm really impressed with El Burro's hips. Oh, he's keeping him so tight that foot won't slide in.
He caught Erazo clean with that elbow. Just sitting inside the guard, happy to chop down these elbows. Doing so beautifully, might I add.
Juan David Erazo doing what he should do. He's trying to get a foot in that hip to create some distance so he doesn't eat those elbows, but he's not able to. El Burro's hips are so tight, he can't get that foot in.
But we see
very impressive.
Every time Juan David tries to create a little bit of an angle for himself, El Burro's just following the hips expertly. Just keeping himself in line with the center column of Juan David Erazo. Again, just relentless. And you can see just underneath the eye. Oh, he hit one there. He hit another one. He can't eat too many more of these.
I think we may be down a short time in this fight.
Just hitting the 45-second mark left. And this has been all El Burro. You could potentially, because of the dominance, the positional control, you could potentially be looking at a 10-8 round here. 30 seconds to go.
Phil, the commission here does follow the newest interpretation of the unified rules. I do believe this is a clear 10-8 round.
And you see with every elbow that El Burro's throwing in, you can hear him. This every time he's throwing everything he can into it. These aren't just for aesthetic. He's really trying to do damage here, Carrick.
He's not only trying, Phil, he's succeeding.
Good point, good point.
Juan David Erazo is getting lumped up something fierce here. Watch his face when he stands up. Watch that face.
That's an incredibly strong round for El Burro. I don't know about a donkey kicking, but this donkey can definitely elbow Carrick.
Juan David Erazo's corner has an extremely tough task right now. They've got to get their fighter's head back in this fight.
And I think that there might be kind of a few things that we alluded to earlier in the week, but let's take a look at some of the action. This is just the opening stanza we're seeing from a spinning back kick to a huge square double. To Erazo putting everything he can into a guillotine choke, but didn't just quite have it. And this is the story of the whole round for me. Just creating enough space to smash elbows every time, leaving your opponent no space to try and collect himself. Finishing the run so strong with strikes and elbows. The former flyweight might just have found a home here at bantamweight.
Still, while Juan David Erazo's corner has a tough task ahead of him, Eduardo Mora, all his corner has to say is do it again.
Does Juan David Erazo have an answer for the devastating top game of Eduardo Mora? The corner intelligently leaving a little bit of water on the ground there as they left. A little bit of veteran savvy corner work there. Give your fighter just that little bit more time, those extra seconds to recuperate.
Phil, in the first 10 seconds, we'll know if Juan David Erazo has a different game plan.
Seems a little bit shy with that kick. Good check from the donkey. Juan David Erazo just trying to swing wild looping punches, but beautiful inside leg kick work. Hey, these men look like they're happy to trade tonight, Carrick. Juan David Erazo seems a little bit more revitalized, but he's taking deep breaths after every exchange. That jaw could be a little bit slack because he doesn't seem to be biting down on his mouthpiece. Eduardo Mora seems the much calmer fighter. Oh, he got caught with an overhand. That could be it. Oh, he dropped him.
Down to short time, Phil.
Elbow after elbow.
Watching carefully.
This could be the beginning of the end. Rolling the wrist in, but what a beautiful shot in the first place to drop him.
And Phil, these Colombian fighters, they are not stoppable.
Stunned him with the beautiful overhand, followed it up with more strikes. And now just sitting inside the guard again, deferring to type, landing those beautiful, crushing, arcing blades of an elbow. Another deep breath from Juan David Erazo on the bottom here. Erazo seems to gather himself ever so slightly. Looked like he was attempting a go-go platter there momentarily.
Clearly has some rubber guard training.
But again, it's just so intelligent from the 28-year-old. Just sits there, has the hands on the hips, swims under, and then boom with a crashing elbow.
Phil, I thought El Burro was headhunting a little bit, and as soon as that thought crossed my mind telepathically, he started attacking those ribs, mixing it up with a head. This is vintage ground and pound. This is what it's supposed to look like.
It's almost like a throwback to the days of like a Mark Kerr, a Mark Coleman, happy to sit inside the guard and just land these devastating strikes. Erazo trying to do work. You have to give him credit. He has one leg on the back, one foot on the hip, trying to create an angle for himself. But El Burro, just quite simply, he's just not allowing him to do anything.
Okay. Phil, let me be clear. Juan David Erazo is doing nothing wrong. He's fighting to the fullest extent of his abilities. Thus far, it simply hasn't been enough.
Oh, big ground and pound being landed. But again, you see, Erazo's doing the right thing. He's posting up on an elbow. He's trying to scoot the hips out. Eduardo Mora just isn't letting him try and mount any kind of offense.
Juan David Erazo is an excellent mixed martial arts fighter, fighting to the full extent of his ability with all of his heart. It simply isn't enough right now.
You're seeing Eduardo Mora using all that combat sambo experience, using his blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to maintain positional control.
Oh,
we could see a back take. Oh, beautiful transitionary work.
Scrambled out.
This is beautiful Jiu-Jitsu scramble right there.
El Burro.
We thought he had his back taken, but El Burro said no. Just gets right back into the dominant position. Again, landing elbow, landing strike, working the body. Now has his opponent forced up against the cage.
Phil, that little back take scramble was what mixed martial arts is all about. Any fight that's worth having is going to be won in those little tiny scrambles, and that little scramble was a beautiful one.
But it also showed you just how dangerous Juan David Erazo is, because he only needed a second at most to find an opening and try and work into it. So throughout the fight, your opponent is always dangerous. You can't rest on your laurels in the Brave Arena.
Once again, Juan David Erazo manfully trying to get back to his feet.
10 seconds to go.
Erazo even trying to strike from bottom.
Another incredibly dominant round for Eduardo El Burro Mora. Juan David Erazo sits on the canvas of the Brave Arena, and he must be thinking to himself, what do I have to do to this donkey to get him out of the cage? And Derek, I'm going to be 100% honest, from what I've seen, I wouldn't have a lot of advice for Juan David Erazo right now. What would you be telling him in the corner?
Try and strike from the outside. Had some success landing shots from the outside.
Good point.
Not so much from the bottom. Avoid the takedown. Try and land those shots from the outside. Maybe tighten them up just a little bit. Don't loop quite as much as he did. Bring him straight down the center.
Just as we saw, nobody stances up the round. Juan David Erazo did have a little bit of success with the striking, but as soon as his back touched the mat, it was all Eduardo El Burro Mora. I'd love to see that little back take if we could possibly, because that was so clean and shows just how dangerous Juan David Erazo can be. There it is, just beautiful transition work. Thought he had no goods there, but fortunately, the work of El Burro trumps the work of Juan David Erazo leading into this third round.
Still, we may be looking at 2 10-8 rounds back-to-back.
Entirely possible.
Juan David Erazo, I give him a 12 out of 10 for heart.
Commissioner's just leaving the cage. Referee ready to make the third and final round official. Here we go. Oh, beautiful right hand from El Burro to open up. I think he wants a finish in this third and final round. You don't want to clinch. Oh, beautiful inside trip takedown. Just cuts across beautifully, and here we are once again, my old friend. Juan David Erazo looks like he's trying to play a little bit of rubber guard. Instead of grabbing the toes, I'd like to see him establish the underhook on his shin. Just getting that little bit more leverage. But look at the work from El Burro to use the application of the rubber guard to pass into half guard. Absolutely beautiful. Using your opponent's own attempt at playing rubber guard to pass into half guard. Really intelligent, savvy work, but now he transitions into the mount.
If he gets that quarter guard passed, there's going to be a mighty rain coming down.
He just needs to pop that through. He may be looking to set up the head arm triangle. If he can skip out to his right side, it looks like he has it. If he has enough of a squeeze, this could be it, Carrick. He's trying to work, this could be a mere formality, but look at the grimace on the face of the donkey. He thinks he has this tight. And if he can get this from the half guard position, he's showing us just what a squeeze he really has.
Erazo's field of vision is now physically narrowing. He cannot see his entire field of vision. It's becoming smaller. His muscles are becoming weaker, but he's still fighting back.
If El Burro can get that foot out, which he's slowly trying to do, he's intelligently placed his right foot on the hip now of Juan David Erazo, using to try and open that up and switch his own foot through. Juan David Erazo knows that he is in some seriously deep trouble. His arm's so deep that he can't even go to the most common offense, which is a defense. Oh, but now he's giving up his back.
Position of the back.
Could be punches and bunches, as you say.
I don't see an escape from here.
It doesn't often rain in Colombia, but when it does, it's punches.
This is it, Phil. I think a stoppage is coming.
Punches and bunches.
Referee's watching closely.
Not a lot of effort from Juan David Erazo. Punch after punch landing. The referee taking a long, hard look at this. Forced to call it over. Beautiful work from El Burro. Just relentless when he established the position. We thought he had the head on triangle. We thought he had the back kick. Takes the mount and just punch after punch after punch, forcing the referee to jump in, calling an end to the fight. Eduardo Mora getting the first finish of his mixed martial arts career. Congratulations, young man. I'm sure there are many more to come in your mixed martial arts career.
Colombia has a new hero, and his name is Eduardo El Burro Mora!
I want to see that finish again. That was just poetry in motion. So we see the opening stanzas of the round again. Both men happy to exchange heavy hands. Don't want to be grappling back. That's a beautiful switch from initially to the outside trip on one side to the outside trip on another. And here, I thought it was over at this stage because this was like a super deep head-on triangle. He just couldn't quite get the leg out. Again, transition, takes the back, gives Juan David Erazo just enough space to turn in and open his body up, and then boom, bang, bosh, it's all over. Dominant strikes and the first TKO finish of Eduardo El Burro Mora's career. As I said, plenty more to come from this young man. Beautiful finish, and look how much it means him. The coaches are quite clearly over the moon. Little donkey, punching man in the face.
Phil, I'm
professional record to 6 wins and 2 losses. Extends his winning streak to 4 fights.
Still looks like the referee is calling him to the center.
And you know what we do.
Time has been established.
You know what we do when we call the fighters to the center. We call upon Mr. Carlos Kramer to make it official.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another incredible fight inside the Brave and LSD Columbia cage. This is at 2 minutes and 27 seconds of